Hello and welcome to the Blackpool Unlimited podcast. I'm Jed Mills, and today we have got Angela Kershaw, who is the head of business growth. Angela, thanks so much for joining us. I think I want to start with, who is Angela? You're new into this role, you've hit the ground running, you've got loads of stuff going on, but just a bit about your background and where you've come from, really.
Yeah, well, hi, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. So I've got a real affinity with the local area. So I'm actually Blackpool born and bred. I grew up actually in a guest house in South Shore, just behind the Pleasure Beach. In fact, the Pleasure Beach was my playground, if you like, growing up. My go-to place at 50p a ride back then. And I have really fond memories of growing up in a guest house there. You know, my mum was quite a notorious landlady back in the day. You know, that community, and knowing kind of the local businesses at the time. So I've got memories of, walking down Bond Street with my mum and a shopping trolley and going to Bond Street Fabrics, popping into Woolies. The hustle and bustle of the markets on Waterloo Road. So I do have those sort of fond memories of growing up and playing around these sort of neighbourhoods as well with my friends from school. I went to Thames County Primary. Walking home from school, I remember buying the 5p Vimto lollies from the shop just before you go over the hill. You know, the chemist sort of round the corner is still there, and I used to save up my pocket money and go and buy little packs of cinder toffee that when you opened them just had this atmosphere of just, it's Saturday morning in Blackpool. And sort of career-wise, I've worked in Wyre, in Garstang, which is very much a rural area. I've spent the last sort of few years at Lancashire County Council, sort of having more of that holistic view of what the business needs are. And sort of when I saw this job come up, it just straight away struck a chord with me. And then when I found out that I'd actually be based at the Enterprise Centre, which of course is the old Lido Baths.
Yeah.
Which I spent...
Did you do a few lengths in there,
a few, yeah. I spent a lot of Saturday mornings there. And I swear sometimes when I walk into the building, I can smell chlorine. Yeah. It must be one of those memory things. So, just to kind of be back, if you like, and sort of have that close affinity with the area and be able to now actually make an impact is really exciting for me, and I'm really glad to be there.
And I suppose growing up in a guest house, I mean, that was the original Blackpool business, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's diversified into all sorts of things now, but from you being a head of business growth to have that upbringing of the traditional business in Blackpool, and you probably learned so much that you probably didn't realise at the time, but you probably learned so much about running business from your parents.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was mainly my mum that ran the business side of things. My dad had another job, but not just the 9 to 5. It was dealing with all sorts of different issues, and like I say, having that kind of community that you could fall back on. Different landladies, down sort of the street, owning different guest houses. Some moving then on to get hotels,
right.
Really successful hotels on the promenade. And then fortunately we would manage to sell our business. We got advice that, perhaps, the guest house kind of that smaller offer was being, we had competition from package holidays in the late 80s, all of that kind of happened.
Going abroad, I suppose, was
going
that time.
Abroad more, and so, I mean, we really did have a good business, and unfortunately, I think for a lot of people, it's just changed. The world has changed, and what people want and the demands for people's holidays and where they want to take their vacations and have their breaks is different now. So, I think it has had an impact on that type of community, but I think, like you say, we've got to sort of accept that the world changes, and we've got to move along with them changes, and now we've got a great day offer as well. We've got lots of different attractions, we've got huge investments coming into Blackpool, and it's just thinking about things differently, isn't it, and just trying to, still promote Blackpool as a really good place to come and visit, but just in a slightly different way.
It is, and I mean, especially when you look at it, you're right that the numbers and the Spain holidays, you go now for the weather and etc. But you look at Blackpool now and the numbers we get, it's incredible.
It's phenomenal.
We still have the mass tourist market,
Yeah.
which is just, an absolute credit to all businesses in the town to
definitely.
keep those, keep it moving forward, to keep people coming. And that's why we love it. I mean, let's be honest, that's why we love it. It's such a great place, a unique place. So you've always been in business then, your sort of career in terms of being in a sort of a business role, advisory role, even at Lancashire, that's always been where you've been?
Yeah, it has. Predominantly, I've worked in economic development and regeneration for over 20 years. I started in a little tourist information hut in Fleetwood, and then I worked for Wyre Council in different roles, drawing down funding, working with communities and the business communities, focusing on economic development and regeneration essentially. We also know, these coastal areas, we do have deprived wards, and it's really important that we're aware of the needs of each of those separate areas. And then I sort of then worked at Lancashire County Council, focusing more on foreign-owned companies, so I got a real grasp of what investors were looking for from across the world. Right. Why are they coming to Lancashire, and really trying to sort of drill down into the reasons why people are choosing us over Manchester or Liverpool, for example. So to get that holistic view of Lancashire's kind of selling points, if you like, and what types of investment we're attracting. I feel like I can bring that knowledge, sort of to Blackpool as well, and ensure that we are capitalising and taking on opportunities, where perhaps we might not have done before.
Yeah.
And like you say, I think we are seen as a place to invest now. People are taking it as a serious option now for people. We've got a whole host of things to offer. Business support across the whole borough, is up there with some of the best that we can offer regionally as well.
And you're a local girl, and that makes a big difference, because I think if you know the town, you know the town. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes we have it a lot. People talk to us from down south. Oh, Blackpool, yes, donkeys and kiss me quick hats, and you're like, not really all of that, so people actually live here. There's
a lot
fantastic.
more to Blackpool.
So
Blackpool is a beautiful place to live and work. Yes.
So we're in good hands, which is great. So talk to us about Blackpool Unlimited then, and obviously you've come into that role, so talk to us more about that.
Okay, yeah, so Blackpool Unlimited, so basically this is a one-stop shop free business support website. So we've been established for a long time. The website's been there since 2014, and it's just grown and grown. We've got over 6,000 subscribers, just to give you an idea of the amount of people that are actually utilising this website. So on there you can find out about our business support academies. So we've got the Growth Business Academy details on there. We've also got the Net Zero Academy. You can find out more about those on the website. You can book onto workshops. There's networking opportunities, and it's a place for the public, private and community sectors to really come together, and share those experiences as well, and really access that bespoke support that we can offer Blackpool businesses. On there as well, we do have a link to our YouTube website, so all of our podcasts can be viewed on there as well. But essentially, it's a place where you can email us from that website any issues that you have, or any barriers to growth, or any information that you want. Please go to the website and you can contact the team directly from there.
Yeah, and as I say, that's how we started, and so it is I can do a testimonial right now. It is really good. It's how we started, and we're on the Growth Academy now with Nikki, who we had in before as well. Yeah. So thumbs up to that, and it's free. So that's
free.
That's what we love. We love free.
Free business support. That's what we're about.
We do love free. So and you learn so much. So yeah, thumbs up for that. One of the first things I did though is I had to go into the Enterprise Centre, and as you talked about there, it used to be the old swimming baths. It's got that feel about it. Some of the older people from the town will remember that and go in and go, oh yeah, I remember that was there. But there's so much in the Enterprise Centre now that that you guys do, isn't there?
There is. I mean, we're based there. The business growth team are based in the Enterprise Centre. Essentially, we rent out office spaces, so we can have, a small office space to a much larger office space that we can rent out. We are actually at the moment, I'm pleased to say, 100% at capacity. However, things change, businesses grow, and so what we would do is, if you're interested in taking up one of those spaces, to go via the website, and we're holding a waiting list basically, so somebody will contact you. Secondly, we can offer the use of meeting rooms, so we've got some smaller intimate meeting rooms if you want to do interviews, for example. If you've got a team building exercise and you want a central location, you can hire us bigger meeting rooms for half a day or a full day. Again, these are all bookable on our website. And then also, which is a growing offer that we've got at the moment, is our virtual office space. So perhaps you're not quite ready to step out into the world of renting office space, but you're at a point where you want a professional look for your business. You can use our postal address system. The Enterprise Centre is a really good address to use for your business. We will receive all of your post for you. It's secured in a secure location. We can even send that out to you. Again, this is bookable, and a growing service we're finding is that people perhaps have been working from home during lockdown. They're now ready to take that step in terms of having just that more professional look on their address, and you can use it on your website, you can use it on your social media, you can use it on your letterheads. And what we're looking to do is extend that offer, so keep an eye out for some different packages that we're going to be delivering.
And again, I suppose does that sell out? Is there only so much you can take, or is that a bit of an open book, really?
No, it's an open book.
Yeah,
We've got a really good way of filing and storing our postal systems. We've got our own capacity, our own limits, but we're not at that point yet. So we would really encourage people to use that as much as they can, really.
Yeah.
And it's seen really as a stepping stone, I think, for perhaps those businesses are just on the cusp of perhaps becoming, having a physical space within the office.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that though, isn't it? Is that, like you say, people working from home, growing businesses from home, and then suddenly it's like, oh my goodness, I've hit on something here, and and we get warned, don't we, a lot nowadays about just be careful on scams and stuff like that. So if you just want to maybe come out as a bit more professional, that could be a really good option for you as well.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you have access then to all the benefits of that package as well.
And get to speak to you guys.
Come in and speak to us. We have an open door policy. Yeah. No.
Good. You are head of business growth. You've just come into the post. What are the goals now of the business growth?
Yeah. So, I think first and foremost, it's really important that you have a relationship and you're embedded within the community within which the team resides. So, we're based in South Shore. We're in pretty much a residential area. We've got Waterloo Road, Bond Street, and I think it's really important that we get to know who our businesses are. What are their barriers to growth? What are their issues? Have that open door policy. This is who we are. You're welcome to come and share ideas. Perhaps you want to do a community and business event, to increase footfall. We can help with that. But I do think first and foremost, just to have that open door policy and that engagement with those businesses that are on your doorstep, for them to know that you're there, and that they've got somebody that they can speak to about any type of business support advice. That to me is imperative to establish that bond between them. Secondly, and more broadly, we know that there's lots of exciting investment opportunities and things coming along within Blackpool Town Centre. We've got some huge investment projects happening over the next few years. And I think it's our job then to ultimately ensure that the surrounding areas of Blackpool get the benefit from those investments as well. So it's about communicating, around what these investments are and how we're going to utilise them and how best they can serve the wider communities as well. So, and keeping local people informed and keeping local businesses informed. They often don't know where to go for the information, and that's why we've created this kind of one-stop shop with the website. And I think it's up to us to kind of communicate that as well, and just ensure people are up to date with what's happening on a wider scale and in the town centre, but also, you know, be aware that they can benefit from that as well. I think that's really important. You know, and I think also longer term, it's about creating that positive economic impact. You know, we want to continue with business support. We want to do different projects. We want to work with different business support services. You know, we want to have that impact, and we want to promote Blackpool is a place to invest. And if you're a business that's already in Blackpool and you're thinking about perhaps relocating, or, you know, you want help with moving or accessing different services or networking, we can provide that for you. You know, if you're a business outside of Blackpool and you're thinking, do you know what, Blackpool looks a really, really bustling place for businesses now. You know, I want to be part of that scene. You know, we can help you relocate. We can help match you with businesses from similar sectors. You know, we can help you and provide that package for you to be able to relocate to Blackpool. So it's not just about, you know, delivering that everyday support, which is what of course we do, but it's also having that longer term vision for Blackpool businesses and ensuring that we can, you know, continue to sort of create that economic impact, you know, longer term as well as short term.
You must be really excited about coming in at this moment in time. Yeah, when you were just saying that, I'm just thinking, you know, it's got the central car park stuff that's going on, which I don't. If anyone's seen the plans for that, just go down to the boards where they've been the construction's been. But I mean, it's just honestly, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
It is.
So you must be super excited about the opportunities for people to. And then you know that's going to regenerate all that area. You just know it's going to happen because of what's going to be there. So, yeah, for you, it must be really exciting.
It is. And like you say, it is such an important time as well for business growth and just to be part of a team that's going to help deliver that in the place that I was born and grew up in, you know, and have that real personal affinity with. And there's some amazing businesses here as well. You know, we've got some great teams and some great networking groups as well. But, of course, you know, it's not just about the investment, it's about then what comes after that investment and how we can use that to benefit our business community. But yeah, you're right, there's so much happening in Blackpool right now, and it's certainly, you know, there's no place that I would rather be right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you talked about regeneration and obviously building for the future. One of those big things that we're really excited about, we're based on Church Street, is the Stanley Buildings regeneration. It's been talked about for a long time. I know it's been hard work. You know, obviously there's a lot of things when you come to construction and planning and stuff like that. But some exciting news really with that.
Okay, yes, so we're really excited. Stanley Buildings is something that's been a while coming, but we get there in the end. And it's basically the renovation of one of our iconic heritage buildings, which everybody would be familiar with. It's town centre based.
So I'm going to stop you and say, the old Syndicate, it was opposite there, and Popeyes was on the corner, the little takeaway thing, which a lot of people will relate to. Or the old, ABC it would have been,
the cinema.
Well, the old cinema. So that is the opposite building there. So that's exactly where it is.
Yeah, okay. So what we want to create there is basically a hub of business community. And it's not something that Blackpool has seen before. So we're going to be offering 44 office spaces for businesses. You know, we're going to be offering the chance to book meeting rooms, whether you're within a tenant within the building or you're outside and you want to come in and experience the building, you can book the meeting rooms there and access some of our networking events as well. And I think something that's quite niche for Blackpool that we haven't really done before is we're going to be offering extensive co-working spaces. Now, we've seen this model work really well across Lancashire, and the opportunity now to bring that to Blackpool is really exciting because we're going to get businesses from all different sectors, all different sizes, all coming together in one cohort, one membership, if you like. You know, we're really excited to see that, and I think what comes from that and what is born from these businesses sharing that space, sharing ideas, is, you know, collaboration, and collaboration breeds innovation, and innovation is just exciting, and you know, and to see businesses and be able to offer them that really sort of bespoke space. So construction has started. You know, keep an eye out for developments there. We'll be looking at marketing it fairly soon. But yeah, we see that as one of our sort of key investments. And it's a key project for us because it's supporting so many different types of businesses at different times within their growth journeys. So if you're a business that's already in Blackpool, and you want to be part of a business community, you want to benefit from kind of that shared space, and you want to network, and you want to be around like-minded people and have that energy around you, then that's the place where you need to be. If you're based outside of Blackpool and you want to come into Blackpool and you want to invest and you're thinking of growing your business in Blackpool or starting your business in Blackpool, this would be the place that you would most benefit from.
And like you talked about the co-working and the collaboration, and I suppose at the end of the day, it's keeping that money in the town and the circle. Do you know what I mean? It's not going outside. We're keeping it within our
and that's why
area.
The location is so perfect in a way.
So is there maybe a sort of a date that we can look at that sort of being open, rough guide?
Well, construction has started.
Yeah.
So, things are being knocked down
Spades
and built up and spades are in the ground. We've got that physical presence now from the contractors and construction has started. Essentially, we're looking at a relatively short period of time to get the project underway. Possibly spring next year is the goal that we're looking to be able to open our doors essentially. And of course, before that, we're obviously be taking bookings and be able to keep you abreast of what's happening in terms of the journey, providing updates so you can get a little sneak peek of what's happening as and when things get completed. But yeah, we're super excited and it's the first of its kind in Blackpool. Yeah,
so it's a case of maybe sign up to like the newsletters on the website and lots of information will come out through there, I'm guessing, as updates.
Yeah, you can use the website. We will be including it on our newsletter, at the point where, we can offer people to come and have a look round or perhaps tour. And just let people be aware of what's happening so we can start that engagement really as quick as we can.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well,
it sounds
so
really
good.
Exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. I know it's been a long time coming and like I say, I'm really delighted that's starting to progress and move. One thing you're looking at is this Big Heart project, which has been on the Foul Coast, but bringing it to Blackpool.
Yeah, so this was somebody that I met actually at a Blackpool CAN meeting for creative industries. And Christian Fenn is a world-renowned artist, and his sort of focus is to do these murals on walls. And each of them really have a message. So at the moment, you can see some of his work at Jubilee Gardens. There's going to be soon work happening in Fleetwood. And our intention is to bring that across the Foul Coast and have artwork within Blackpool. Now, the idea is that we choose a number of different walls, in locations where we can increase footfall. It can be part of kind of like a wall tour, if you like. And the idea behind it is that they're promoting support services for residents and communities within Blackpool. So, for example, you might have suicide prevention or homelessness. We would focus on what those sort of key issues are within the communities, work with people who access those services, and from that, Christian will create this immense artwork, and that will be reflected, the feelings of those people that have gone through the process. And it's about, one, promoting, these services and letting people know that the support is out there, and two, linking people through art, so it's kind of spreading positivity, and art's the vehicle for that. And so we're looking at starting something in Blackpool probably next year, so we'll be looking for people to obviously get involved with that, young budding artists who can get involved and learn about how Christian has kind of developed himself and what his personal journey has been is also really interesting. So yeah, we're super excited. And I think things like this don't just benefit, one part of the community, they benefit the whole community, including businesses and residents as well. So it's just something I think that can bring everybody together.
Fantastic. Yeah, sounds really good. So if people want more information, we touched on a little bit about anything about the Net Zero Academies, the Growth Academies, Get Started Academies, anything like that, or
Yeah.
the new buildings, or anything that's going up, where can we find all the information?
Well, blackpoolunlimited.com is where you will get all our information. You can access everything that we're doing on there, sign up to our newsletter. And if you're passing, pop in and come and speak to us. We've got an open door policy. We'd love to hear your ideas, but ultimately would steer you towards the Blackpool Unlimited website.
Angela, it's been great having you in. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. It's been a real pleasure. It's been really fascinating as well to sort of find out the potential future of what's going to be happening with Blackpool Unlimited. So thank you.
Thank you.